Hey everybody, Captain Big Ben here from Warren Designs. We had a small update from Windrose, and I want to go over this with you. I'm going to turn the panel over here and wish. All right, now this is my Steam library here. As you can see, some of the games on the side here. So we had some updates, and I want to go over them because some of the updates that we had today for the game are very important, and they make the game really good. So, hmm, I had some coffee. Let's get going. Now, reduce disk space usage and optimize disk writes during gameplay. That's not bad. It's pretty good. This is nice. Slightly improve the performance during boarding and using ship artillery. That is very important. You boarding, you have to get, yeah, as you know, you have to get real close to the ship, like side by side. Sometimes what I was running into is when I was boarding, the ships would go up and down, and so when I tried to hit E, it wouldn't let me go because the ships are just constantly moving back and forth, up and down. I couldn't get on the ship, and even every time I would get on the edge and try to jump, I would always fall through. So I'm glad they fixed that. Now, using the ship artillery, that's huge because if you're aiming at the cannons like I do, and I'm using the ball and chain to knock out their sail, it's really kind of hard to actually pinpoint where the ship is. Sometimes I'm trying to hit the ship and I'm right dead on, and it won't let me do anything. It just goes right through. And other times when I use the regular cannonball, it just whoosh right through. So I'm glad they improved that. It's huge. Player and ship action panels now execute actions when the button is pressed instead of it releasing. That's good if you're using your mouse. It's very good that way. If you're using a controller, that could be just an easy, button hold, less usage on your hands, and you don't have to have corporate tunnel crap. Cellularly adjust the attack and block whatever transitions after equipped weapons for a smoother and more response gameplay. All right, that's okay. It's cool. Add save workflow D to the dedicated. Those these things that are shown for dedicated servers. I don't have a dedicated server. Um, I just pretty much play solo. I will get a dedicated server later on. That stuff will come in real handy. So when I do it, this is a cool thing, and this will really help me. All plants placed by the player should now correctly snap into the soil patches. That's huge because when I'm putting um, the actual seeds and actually putting the plants in, if I want to put them like right next to each other, I can't do that. They have to be so far apart that and then sometimes when I'm placing them, they won't place even when I got them far apart. So I got this modge podge of plants growing everywhere, and they're not unison. I like to put things in unison, like in a row and something. So this is very useful, very very useful. Items drop from player build. Soil patches will no longer fall through the ground. I've had that happen. Place something down, goes right through the ground into the world. You never can get it. Yep. Slightly updated the onion flower visual. If they're talking about the leak, yeah, okay. If anybody has an idea or a suggestion about that, if they're talking about the leak, let me know in the description. I think that'd be helpful. Um, and help for us, if you can. Okay, this is huge. If two players are fighting different bosses simultaneously, like if I'm killing the last boss and somebody's killing the very first boss, killing one boss will no longer grant the achievement to the other player. Really? Oh, God. So, if you don't have the third boss and you don't have the first boss, and you're doing things, well, simultaneously. If you don't have the third boss, if you're doing the very first boss and somebody's going ahead of you and doing the second boss, you ain't going to get credit for that second boss. All right, fine. One strike against them. I can't. I guess I can't complain. All right. Disabled running multiple servers instance on the same PC. That's good. Fixed a known issue from the previous update where old world and characters cannot be deleted correctly. I've actually had that happen to me. I've actually tried to delete a character and it wouldn't let me do it. Would lock up. Yep. Oh yeah. I've had that happen. Fixed a rare bug where the killing the monsters in Stargazer Grazer ruins could not correctly count as a Jim Goddard kill. All right, I have no idea what that means. That is something I've don't think I've ever come across. Maybe if people can comment down below to tell me what that means. I have no idea. Look, I'm a gamer. And I might be a streamer too, but gamer comes first. When I'm playing the games, I want to know everything about the game, and I don't think I've come across that. That's something different. All right. Fixed a bug that could occasionally cause ship artillery aiming to get stuck. I've had that happen once or twice. Fixed a bug where the ship aiming could get stuck when interacting with battery while blocking. No, I don't. I never had that. Fixed a bug that caused the unstuck command to become unavailable while controlling the ship battery. All right. Fixed a crash that could occasionally occur when the unequipping an items from the ship. That I've had. I've actually taken my cannons, put on better cannons, and they didn't like lock in. They kind of like, and when they try to lock, the game would crash. Now I've had that actually happen before. All right, this is something that doesn't relate to me, but it might relate to you guys with the dedicated server thing. Fixed an issue that prevented dedicated servers users from changing settings in the world description .json file. For instructions, see the dedicated server, blah, 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 for the dedicated server. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, fine. That there is a setting that is for you guys that run servers and, host serving and stuff like that. I just play the game. I'm just a player. But later on, I would like to have my own server. That's going to come in handy. And of course, that will already happen, already in there. So that's about it. It's a very, very small patch. With these small patches that come out, it really makes the gameplay much better. They make it better and not worse. That's one good thing. I mean, just a couple of days ago, we had this happen where, they reached 2 million copies. Now, remember, this only came out in April. It's only been a month. They've already sold this many copies. You have to really understand that that's a huge amount of copies. That is actually better than when Skull and Bones came out. I remember when I played the trial version of Skull and Bones, and then I remember when the game physically came out, and when they reached a month, they didn't have nearly as much copy sold as this game here. But that's so. I hate this goat. Oh God! You ever get hit with this goat? You get hit. Yeah, bam! You get hit. You push back. I don't know how many feet, and then you can't pull your sword or draw your gun because you're still dazed. And then when you do, he gets to you and he hits you again. I hate that. Oh God! Ugh. All right. That's gonna about do it for this patch. Hopefully that when patches come out for this game, I will advertise it, and we'll take it from there. Right? All right. I'm Captain Big Ben of Wearing Designs. I'll catch you on the flip side. You take it easy. You have a great day today, and keep on playing.